y'all? It's Pastor B, man, with iNeedThee podcast. What's up,
What's going on, man?
Man, man, I'm glad to be back, man. I'm so excited. We dropped, guys, and we want to stop and say thank you for everybody that's subscribing right now. And so I know there's some people right now, all we need you to do, you're wondering, how can you support the pod, man? We need you to subscribe. We need at least, and I just want to throw this out here, we need 10 people that will get 10 people to subscribe. Let me say that again. We need 10 people that will get 10 people each to subscribe. And so that's what we're asking. Literally, we're asking you, if you are rocking with us, and we know that you are, all we asking you to do is subscribe, man. Help us meet these goals. We can't wait to share with you all of the goals and the milestones of our journey of accumulating subscribers, so y'all can take this journey with us, because we're about to go. And so, I wanted to do this because we talked about this off camera, and we need to talk about this. Never, I believe never, and somebody has to come out of from somewhere, Alabama, Texas, Mississippi, Florida, wherever, LA, and prove us wrong. Never has a 25-year-old Southern University, shout out Southern University senior, and a 41-year-old senior pastor sat down, let's talk. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's iNeedThee podcast for people that are wondering, man, what's up? 2 total different generations. And we are finally, after all this time, bringing publicly what we've been doing for years privately, talking. Because I really believe many people, especially men, we sleep on the power of communication. Just to sit down and have a conversation. Clear your head, clear your heart. You understand what I'm saying? And to have 2 generations doing it. 25-year-old senior, so proud of you. 41-year-old senior pastor. We get a chance to sit down and do something while, I've never told you this, while you've talked through how our conversations have changed your life. Our conversations have also changed my life, because you are one of the first young men that, when I sat down to have these conversations with you, I discovered that I was a true mentor. You can be doing something for a while and really not seeing yourself and what God is trying to show you ultimately, Mm-hmm. And so I want to say to you that our conversations have been on both ends mutually life-changing. And so let's get into this, because I really believe for the people that are taking this journey with us, rocking with us, iNeedThee podcast, we will be, I'm talking sending out wristbands, t-shirts, everything. But you got to make sure we know you subscribe, drop it in the comments, let us know, and somehow we got to get you some merch. And so for the people that are going to be rocking with us, we call it iNeedThee fam. You're our subscribers, you're our supporters, you're our fam. We want to make sure you know who you're following, who you're rocking with. And so I wanted to just give them a small peek, into our stories. Mm-hmm. And so if you had to give them just 3 significant items that give them a peek into your story, who is Dale 2 times, Odell, etc., what would you say?
I'm from Ville Platte, Louisiana. I was in and out of Baton Rouge at a young age with my mother, a single mother. Shout out Keena K.
That's my sister.
So what a single mother goes through. I watched my mama, go through certain situations and things like that. As why I'm becoming a man. I had a small village of mentors, people that was looking out for me. I'm thankful for that. As for, I graduated at East Ascension High School up there in Gonzales.
Yay!
While doing that, after doing that, I didn't jump into college right away after high school. Of course, I'm running around, being wild, enjoying life, waiting for the real world to hit me.
All right.
Once the real world hit me and I start like getting in trouble, having certain consequences. While working the 9 to 5s, I jumped in the plan. All that stuff I wasn't really rocking.
So you did that plan life?
Yeah, I did that plan life. I wasn't rocking with it. You let my mama in there and everybody else tell it, they gonna tell you, because I don't like to take orders and stuff. I didn't want to listen to nobody. But truly, and to be honest, like, I really wasn't rocking with it. Now, since you opened my eyes to it, like, I really didn't know who I was, and I was just, jumping in that, because it's just fast money, not knowing what you got to do to get that money, not knowing when you selling yourself out short. And no disrespect to the plant workers,
shout out
it ain't
plant
no
workers.
disrespect to the plant workers. That just wasn't my vision.
But that's you and this
journey,
me.
That wasn't my journey. So after doing all that, running around with certain people and getting in trouble, doing things at a young age, I found myself stuck, not having a plan A. Well, I had a plan A, but not having a plan B.
All right.
So I found myself stuck. I ended up jumping into college and really started doing good. Mom's paid for my college starting off. I made good grades and network. That was the biggest thing, networking. Got myself an opportunity to get a full ride at Southern on scholarship.
That's crazy.
So, yeah.
Oh, you got to say that again. Come on, bro. You don't just go blaze past that.
Yeah. So
full ride.
Yeah, I got a full ride at Southern. Just by having good grades, being myself, networking.
100.
And that's really about it. So I'm thankful for that. And through those years, I noticed I'm doing good at it. Like, I'm doing good. I'm meeting new people. I'm still touring the world, living the same life that I was living, but it's like I'm more mature now, because I know certain situations, like certain decisions that I have to make. So
tell them real quick, if you don't mind, man, you just had a good time in New York, bro. Like, you really a New Yorker a little bit.
Yeah. New York was a great experience, man. I got the chance to meet a lot of people, network with a lot of great people, a lot of great artists, big time people. Shout all them boys out. Everybody in New York treated me like I was family and everything. So I just got the chance to do a little work and to be able to network and do the things I love. Wow. To basically find out more information about myself, more information about this podcast journey that I got going on, and things like that.
That's what's up. And so I like that, because, I wanted to take a moment, because there's so many people that are taking this journey with us, hundreds, soon thousands. And so I wanted to take a pause to make sure they got a peek into who are we, and I appreciate you being open with what you shared. And I love more than anything that, see, when people share their story, often they share more of their downfalls. They don't share a lot of their successes. And I love your confidence, because to me, that's confidence. People say they're confident, but I believe one of the tests of confidence is when you ask a person, what's your story, what comes out first. And so when your successes come out first, that's the passing the test of confidence. Same thing for me, just to give the people a glimpse. I'm from, Scotlandville, which is a little hood inside of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, here in the South, man. Raised by a wonderful mother, man. Nobody's mother is perfect, but a wonderful mother built me forward, tough, man. Shout out to my dad as well. But yet, guys, one of the significant things that I love to tell everyone is at age 14 and even younger, I started playing tuba in high school, learned it there. I think Mr. Yerby was our band director at Crestworth Middle in the field. And so I ended up soon transitioning bass clef to bass guitar. And so, man, at age 14, a little bit younger, started playing bass guitar, man. And that's what God used to begin to pull me into his plan for my life, and into my purpose, man. And honestly, if I can be honest, and I don't know who this speaks to, man, God always has something that he'll allow you to fall in love with so that he can change your life. And so for me, I fell in love with playing music, man. And all along, I didn't know that God was going to use the same music that I was in love with to change my life and to introduce me to his love for me, man. And so literally, guys, that's my story. A lot of stuff in between, but I was blessed, man, to go to BRCC for a little bit. Didn't finish, man, but found myself as an entrepreneur. Made lots of money, man. Blessed to meet a lot of people that taught me the entrepreneurial journey and how to allow it to afford me. Made some great investments, man. And of course, now I'm a pastor, celebrating 9 years this year, man. And just excited to still be considered young and impacting lives, and really certain to be able to look myself in the mirror every morning, every night, and say, man, I'm right where I'm supposed to be in my purpose, and that's my greatest win. And so I pray, just allowing you guys to take a glimpse into our story. I pray it inspires someone. And so we wanted to start the show off like that. So, man, you've been going crazy on Madden, bro. And so I had to circle back on this real quick, and we got something else we got to run it about. And so, you got some victims under your belt. And so if you had to give me a number, how many victims you got?
Well, I just got the new Madden. I got a lot under my belt, but the new Madden, I'm probably at least got like 30 wins online right now. Like, I just got
this man studied out, man.
Real, I just got it for like a week, and I got like 30 wins. So I probably got like 3 to 4 losses right now.
So let me ask you, if you had to call somebody out, man, you're on a whole other level. So if you had to call somebody out right now, and I ain't talking the new man, old man, and you calling them to say, look, any place, any time, come see me, who you calling out?
You serious right now?
Right now.
Finna go federal with this one. I'm calling the Madden guy out. See, it's that serious because you might not even heard of him, but like that's the type of level I'm on. I'm really calling the Madden guy out. So
this like an online dude or something?
He play everybody here online big time. He got the YouTube and everything going for him and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm calling the Madden guy. Wow. I feel like I'm that experienced, like I'm ready to play somebody like that. Yeah, because I ain't got no competition in the city. I stamp the city. This is my city.
This man.
Straight up.
Man, you unbelievable right now.
I don't got no competition.
This man wildin'. Josh, I'm sorry. I thought, man, I was going to try to bring you up.
I don't got no competition.
Josh ain't even no competition.
I ain't got no competition right now.
Man.
Man. And then I'm going to be real. If you watching this pie right here, and you just feel like you him, I don't play for free either. So you gonna have to pay me to play. You gotta send a deposit too to lock in, because my time can't be wasted. Send a deposit to lock in.
Wow, it's a system to it.
Yes, it's a system to it. You gotta send a deposit to lock in.
Golly.
Yes,
this man unbelievable. Hey, it's over with. So there we go. And so, hey, holler at us in the comments, however you got to get at him. Get at him, and we'll go from there. We'll talk about it. And so, I wanted to ask you, man, and so, we opened up just kind of a glimpse of our story, man. And so, if you had to say, man, like, what's one lesson, because it's like a certain lesson, I believe, that's like a staple lesson in your life. And when I say staple, I mean, it's just one lesson that you like, man, if I just hold on to this principle from this lesson, this really helped me in every area of my life. Like, what is that for you? Because I want to tell you what it is for me. But like that one thing, because I think that's so important, man, your life, I really believe this, man. If you really pay attention, your life, wins and losses, can really teach you some valuable lessons. But then there's always that one lesson that you like, as long as I make sure that I win with this right here. This will line up almost, if not every area of my life, most areas of my life. What's that lesson for you?
Paying attention to detail.
Man, speak on that. Hey, speak on that.
I mean, paying attention to detail is gonna help you in like every area, Like, pay attention to detail. It's right in front of your face. People showing you the real them. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to jobs and everything, like, pay attention to detail. It's literally the simple things, bro. Like, the little things. Like, once you paying attention to where you don't miss it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we be moving so fast. It's life so fast. We miss a lot of things that be in front of our face. And then when it's time for us to do this, we're like, oh, we don't remember. You know what I'm saying? Just paying attention to detail. I was told that at a young age when I first hopped into the plant. When I first hopped into the plant, I had this supervisor, man. We used to always butt heads, and it's like, I used to feel like he was picking on me, But he used to always tell me, like, youngster, pay attention to detail. I already showed you this, or, you know what I'm saying? If you was paying attention to this, you would know this. And he used to aggravate me. So I'm like, man, like, I'm just getting into this field. You know what I'm saying? But it was so simple. It's like, if I paid attention right here, this would have showed me how to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple.
So, and see, I'm going to ask you for one more. Just give me one more example there, because that's big. Just give me one more life example. You gave me the plan, blah, blah. But what else would you say to somebody if you was trying to help them see what you saying with that life lesson? Pay attention to detail. Always. That's big.
I mean, just go for as the people around you in your circle, the girl you talking to, you know what I'm saying? Like, we tend to fall in love with that temporary, like, happiness and things like that. Like,
she loved me.
You know what I'm saying? Like, fast, and we don't even know her. Like, I was one of them, like, for real. Like,
she the one.
Paying attention to the detail, like, they showing you while you dating or talking to, like, they showing you who they really is, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's up to you to accept, look, do I want this temporary happiness or this, you know what I'm saying? Or do I really want to know the real you? Like, you know what I'm saying? And once I really, like, start paying attention to detail, like, I start really finding out what girls to really mess with and what girls that I need to rock with, that's gonna help me benefit in this lifestyle. You see what I'm saying? Every girl not really made for you to, take that route with them. So, like, man, females are very smart and they can help you in a lot of situations, and that's to be honest, that's what really played big into my life, because a lot of my downfalls came from, like, me putting too much trust into somebody.
Yeah. Me
calling myself loving somebody more than I love myself.
100.
Not even knowing what love consists of, what love is about. Not even knowing the work ethic behind love.
Man, that's crazy. All right, so I wanted to, man, you dropped some wisdom right there, because I wanted to ask you that, because I want people, and we just really almost just like saying we're answering the questions for those that are asking, man, what is this show about? And so I wanted to open up what it's about. Number one, it's about our stories, and then number two, man, that staple lesson, that is like, man, this lesson right here changed my life. This lesson right here always gives me clarity, et cetera, et cetera.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm gonna just be real. It's like, basically, this show is confirmation of what you already know. You need that one person. You need somebody just to embrace it, and that's what we're doing from both generations. We're embracing certain things that people are not comfortable with talking about.
And see, that's so dope, and we got to talk about that part too. So we got two more pieces, and we got to go. And so the lesson that I want to give, and man, you wild, boy. That's a wild one you gave. But the lesson I want to give, from my perspective, man, and this has been a lesson for me, just over and over and over again. The power of influence. This has been a lesson that changed my life. Why? Because one day, I don't know when it was, for those that used to ask, my wife is a date person. She wanted to know when did you, I don't have a date for it. I don't know what year, I don't know when it was. I just know it happened for me. I paid attention to how many bad decisions I made because of influence. I did the math versus how many bad decisions I made just off of me, instinct. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say it again. I did the math. How many, when I looked at my worst decisions, my worst moves, how many of those decisions did I make off of influence versus instinct? Mm-hmm. And I started noticing, not the blame game, most of my most terrible decisions were not instinctive, influenced.
I think when it comes down to me, influence wasn't really big from my end because it's like I didn't have nobody around me influencing me to do bad things, you know. It was really off of me not thinking. I know for a fact, like, I move fast, and I don't think, you know, once we get to a certain level, or we on that level now, like, we ain't thinking and we ain't trying to hear about nothing, you know. What really saved me, man, is the people that I have in my life. I have, like, living witnesses, like living testimonies in my circle of what not to do. You know what I'm saying? God put living testimonies in my life of what not to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was raised by a single mother. I stayed with my grandparents, but I branched off and finally started staying with my mom. So, you know, I didn't have no dad in the picture. You know that. To be real, like, my dad doing time. And to be honest, when I was young, I mean, I ain't gonna say when I was young because I'm still young, but, you know, when I was in my younger days, you know, I was kind of like a hothead, like, just moving wild, you know. And, like, when I finally started being able to, like, talk to my pops, you know, it kind of, like, opened my eyes because we just like each other. So it's kind of like when he talking, like, I see myself, I can hear myself and everything. So it's kind of like I'm living two lives, man. Like, I'm living through him. Like, I'm in there with him and I'm in this world. And I'm glad that God gave me the ability to do that, because if he didn't, like, I don't know where I'd be at right now, like, for real. So I have living testimonies in my life to on what not to do.
So you're going to make me speak on that, because that lesson that I told you just, it's been a staple in my life, is when I said influence versus instinct, I did the math. I realized, man, that I was just around too much bad influence. So watch what the issue is. Most people be like, oh, so you saying you want to get away from influence? No, watch what I want to do. No, nobody escapes influence. I wanted to now choose the kind of influence.
Right.
That's the part. Nobody escapes influence. Everybody is influenced. If you think you're not, you are delirious. Everybody is influenced in one way or another, good or bad. So all I needed, this one reason when I moved out of Scotland and I moved away, I wasn't escaping influence. I was escaping bad influence.
Right.
I was just getting around more influence, but it was better influence. And so you're going to make me speak on that because, you know, that lesson, as I look in my life, even as a husband, if I want to be a great husband, I realize already I'm not going to be around bad influence. I'm not going to be around husbands who want a wild, single dudes who want a wild. No, I want to be around, because it's not escaping influence. It's just being able to choose influence. So I hope you're hearing the lesson that I'm throwing out. The goal isn't not to be influenced. The goal is to make sure you're being influenced for your best self, better influence, positive influence, godly influence. And so I wanted to speak on what you just said. So we got our two staples out for those taking notes, man. Take your notes, whatever. You need them two lessons. But what's y'all's lessons? I hope y'all hearing us. And I want you to ask yourself, what's your staple lesson that you really need to write down, you need to hold on to, that has changed your life and been a huge part of you making better decisions? I love what you said from the perspective, and I want to close out with this next thought, and we literally got 5 minutes. I love what you said about how, you know, you were willing to borrow, and that's what I call it, borrow the mistakes of others. Mm-hmm. This means you don't have to go through, we done talked about this before, having your generation sometimes came off it to me as like they ain't want to borrow no mistakes, because I was the kind of person, I was gonna be real, I never played perfect with you. I was like, oh, I did 1 2 3 4 5, man, don't do that, you 100, you know what I'm saying, I did blah 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 blah, borrow this. And not only did I do it, I didn't just tell you I did it, then I told you the consequences, what it cost me. It cost me stuff I wish my life would have never had this a part of it. And so I'm like, borrow that, bro. That's wisdom. Yeah, don't look like, man, I got to live my own life. That's foolish, man. You know what I'm saying?
And then it's kind of like, man, as I grew up, as I grow older, man, and I start going through certain situations, bro, like I realized God always did have a journey for me, and I really didn't know what it was. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, like, when I say that I was young and I was a hothead, to be honest, I was the one influencing the ones that was around me. When I finally started to, like, make that decision of, okay, dude, like, it's time to grow up, it's time to chill out. The decision was made from, yeah, I'm helping Pops out. Man, this is a lifetime bill. Like, this is a bill you got, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you really love somebody, bro, you know what I'm saying? You making sure they straight and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I know what kind of dedication that take. And to be honest, if you really ask me, like, I don't feel like I have a lot of, like, a good, I ain't gonna say a good enough support team, because I got people that'll look out for me, but I don't want to have to depend on that. I don't want to have to do that.
Why? What's that about?
I mean, because, like, I go back and say, like, you have a certain expectation for somebody, you know what I'm saying? And then, bro, once you in a predicament to where it's just all on you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they don't do something simple as for picking up the phone or this and that, like, it's like, dang, bro, like, I need you to answer the phone right now, and you can't do that for me. Like, and you feel let down. You know what I'm saying?
But, so life can't go on from there?
Life can go on, boy.
I'm saying without, and going on like, no, man, I'm not going to take you off the place you are in my life. I'm just going to feel like, man, it's okay. Like, I got to give you the grace even as my person, you know what I'm saying? Even as my sounding board, even as my table that I can lay out my reel on, you know? Yeah. And so that's how I feel. And so that's why I want to close out. We're almost at time. I want to close out with this thought, and I want to ask you this, and kind of where we go with this part. Why is your generation, because I really believe this, and I usually like, man, I assume, but this is just from straight up observation, from a loving perspective, a concerned perspective. Obviously, I'm a pastor, and then I'm just a man that I love people, man. God put that in my heart, and especially young people. Why is your generation so hard on themselves? And the reason, if you had to say, man, Mr. B, why are you saying they so hard? Because I believe anytime you see a generation increase in suicidal numbers, depression numbers, all that, what it is suggesting to me, not that life is more hard on them. I believe life has been hard on all of us.
Right.
I believe they're more hard on themselves. Mm-hmm. Why is your generation so hard on themselves?
Man, because we influence, we seeing others with the lifestyle that we want. Meanwhile, like, we not respecting the grind. We don't know what they done did to get that, to have that type of success. You know what I'm saying? We always want to say how we want to live like this person. And you don't know what that person going through. You started looking at the good, but you ain't looking at the bad. It's always bad coming behind good in this life that we live in. So I just feel like, yeah, we do be hard on ourselves, but I feel like if we, like, notice and enjoy the blessings that we already receiving, it make it 10 times easier, because we, like you say, we all going through something.
Wow. And so that's how we'll close. I think that's so dope. And so this is my message to your generation, my generation. And I've just been pushing this because it's been heavy on my heart, because I don't think nobody has given, and I think people has tried to help. Let me say that. People have tried to help those that are going through reoccurring depression, cycles of suicidal just seasons, and thoughts and incidents and experiences. I believe everybody has tried to help, but I do believe that there is a proven help to that reoccurring something, especially for your generation. I believe for all people, but I'm aiming at your generation, and I'm aiming at whoever, no matter what generation you're part of. If you are dealing with depression, you're dealing with suicide, the one thing I want you to do as you close out this year, 2023, is give yourself some grace. That's what I want you to do. You can't control if anybody around you is giving you grace, but I want you to look in the mirror and speak words of grace to yourself. I'm proud of you. Yeah, you may not be doing the best you can, but you are putting up a lot of effort. God sees you. It's okay that you are not doing everything right. It is okay, because if you'll just keep trying, sooner or later you'll look back and be glad and proud of the steps that you've taken. These are just words of grace. It's okay that your humanity sometimes comes out. That means sometimes you'll make decisions you said you wouldn't make anymore. That's humanity. That's human. Give yourself some grace. Some of the people you admire the most have made mistakes, are making mistakes that will blow you away, and you admire them. You think they're so successful. Right. And if they can be successful with those mistakes, so can you. And so give yourself some grace. Pace yourself. Slow down. It's all good. You don't have to get there now. But what if I told you you're closer than you've ever been before? And as you make another step, you're closer than you've ever been before. But all I'm saying is, before you expect grace from anybody around, your mom, your dad, your grandmother, grandfather, whoever your support system is, significant other, what I want you to do, and this is our message for this episode, give yourself some grace. That's it, man. I Need Thee podcast. We'll be back. It's Pastor B.
Oh.